Okay, I just figured out how to do this. Remember in our last little lesson, there was the question of how much of a contribution, let's say this is your transfer amount, how much of this needs to come from this check and how much needs to come from this check, right? You have two different jobs. You get paid by one every week. The other job you get paid maybe on the 1st and the 15th. Well, you need to know as a portion, when you get paid this amount, how much of this goes to the billing account and how much of this goes to the billing account, right? This can be a little bit confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Here's what I was thinking. We're going to create two columns here. This is going to be the bi-monthly. This is the weekly one, right? So the first thing we need to do is figure out, well, we're going to take this transfer amount and then we're going to multiply by the check one bi-weekly amount. And we're going to divide it by the total amount. Now this is in bi-weekly terms, so we actually need to change this to convert this to bi-monthly, right? So convert to bi-monthly, and it's in a 2-week format now. So there you go. And we're going to do the same thing over here. This one we need to convert to weekly. And it's in a 2-week format. Alright, so here is how much, when you get paid every 1st and the 15th, you get paid $1,200. Put $600 of this into your billing account every time you get this check. When you get this check every week, you're going to put this much in that billing account. Okay? That's kind of interesting. You know, we can do this in another way. I'm going to show you something else about Excel. You may not know this, but if you click in the formula and you use the $sign, let's just do it this way. So if I say this equals, this, right? And then I drag this down. It's always going to be, it's going to take this cell, H13, and it's going to increment it, H14, H15, H16. Well, what if I only meant to point to this? Well, if I put a $sign here, and then I drag it down, there you go. So that's how you do it with that $sign. Why is that important? Because when we look at this formula, this part here represents the proportion of the check that is represented by check number 1, right? See, the purple number is the total. The green number yeah, I think something's turned around there. Okay, so the green number is the top and the purple number is the bottom, so that creates a percentage, right? That percentage is always going to stay fixed, so let's use $signs so that wherever we copy this formula to, it doesn't change. Now if I wanted to make sure that if I move it to a different column, to prevent that from changing, I need to put a $sign in front of the column as well. So this sort of locks it in. So this is always going to be a proportion. It's always going to do the proportion. Now, if I do this, Control C and Control V, look, it didn't change. Why? Because we have been pointing to transfer, right? So if I want to point over here instead, there we go. Now, if I were to drag this down, I can tell exactly how much each check is contributing to each bill, right? $244 out of every $1,200 goes to rent. $163 out of every $800 check every week, that goes to rent. So there you go. If this is a roommate, if this is a second job, whatever, you can use this to sort of make things fair and balance out the bills. Okay, that's one simple lesson. I hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.